Hello, hello. How are you, Chantel?
Hi, everybody.
How are you? Good.
I am doing well, and yourself?
Yeah, I'm great. So you're keeping busy these days.
Yes, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I like to be busy. It's like a lot of energy, and it's fun. It keeps the momentum going. So.
Yeah. Are you doing some things for Fashion Week?
Yes, I am
Maybe?
out here. I'm doing a bunch of shoots, and I'm actually walking in a show, which is exciting because I've never done like any shows in New York Fashion Week. So it'll be a good experience, I think.
What show are you doing?
I'm doing Gypsy Sport.
Okay. And then, so it's your first time walking in a show. Have you been doing some prep for that, or is it?
I did a little bit of prep last night with them, actually, just to get the type of walk that they wanted specifically for the show and stuff like that. I've done like swim week type stuff and like other shows, but I've never done any here, so it's a little nerve-wracking, but I'm excited.
Though. It's exciting. So how long have you been modeling for?
I've been modeling for about like 3 years. I started in Miami when I was in college. I never really thought I would be modeling or anything like that, but I was just going to school. I always had an interest in acting, and then I'm like, oh, well, could be a good segue, so.
And how did you begin modeling? Was it just you got discovered, or did you just start trying it out, or how did it come about?
I got discovered through like Instagram, just posting a lot of pictures and like hanging out and stuff. Wilhelmina asked me to come in, and then they signed me, so I started that way.
And I don't know if you guys know, but Chantel has a really exciting new campaign out. It's the A$AP Rocky and Guess collaboration, and it's a 90s-inspired shoot. It was on Polaroid, correct?
Yeah, the shoot was so fun. It was literally like hanging out with friends and stuff, but the collection is awesome. It's super vintage. Like, I love it so much. So that's out now, actually.
And we're a couple of 90s kids, so we like the 90s
Yeah,
vibe.
exactly.
So can you tell me about the shoot, what it was like being on set with A$AP, and kind of how it went down?
It's cool because A$AP, he like takes the like initiative, and he has like, he's a really creative person as far as like he knows what he wants with like how he wants the shoot to look and go and everything. So we were like at an arcade, and like we almost got like arrested because they're like, you can't take pictures in here. We kind of were literally just like going places that were cool looking and like, oh, taking pictures. So
you just showed up, and it was like...
Yeah, we just like went in and we started playing games, and they were like taking pictures, but...
And you almost got arrested. Can you elaborate?
They were like, we're calling the police if you don't leave right
now. So you also have a movie coming out in March, The Perfect Match. Can you tell me about how you got involved with the film, and what your role is?
That was actually my first movie that I did, and it was like a little bit nerve-wracking, but I've always had an interest in acting, like I said. So I like auditioned, and then I ended up doing it. My character is like one of the main characters. The main character's love interest for part of the movie, and my character is like a Vine star, which is kind of like...
Not far off.
Yeah, not far off from what I do now. So that was kind of cool, and it's actually crazy because French Montana is also in the movie, and the main character is like my agent in the movie. And French's agent in the movie. We actually have a shared agent in real life. So it's just like kind of funny because it's so close to
kind of real world.
Uh-huh.
So, and there are a lot of big names in this film. What was it like filming with some of those stars?
It was really cool to be on set with some people that I've grown up watching in certain movies, and like learning from them and kind of seeing how they do things to help me in the future. Like everybody had great chemistry on set, so it was a really cool experience.
Who were some of the people that you filmed with that you'll remember?
I always was a fan of Lauren London growing up. Like, I loved her in ATL, and like, so it was really cool to be on set with her. And like, there's so many great names in the film, but like that was probably like my favorite person. Yeah.
And you said you've always had an interest in acting. Do you have more roles coming up, or are you just kind of taking it as it goes? Yeah,
I did another movie after that called Dinner with the Family that's coming out April 1st. So that was really cool, too, because it's a comedy, and that's what I like. So it was right up my alley. And, yeah, I've been doing just some different castings and auditions, and I have been meeting with people for future projects, which I'm really excited to, do some new films so you guys can see them.
Would you ever do TV?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, I would definitely do TV. I like films because it's like you go somewhere for a few months or for, like, a short time, and you film, and then, you come back and then you can go somewhere. I like that you get to travel with it. That's like one of my favorite things about it.
And how long did the shoot take for The Perfect Match?
that was just one day. Like we just shot a couple scenes, and like it was like a long day, but that one was just one day. They were filming in LA for like a couple weeks or something, like, so it was quick.
Fun. And so you also have a line of temporary tattoos that is on pre-sale right now. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what the design process is like?
Yes, I did a line of temporary tattoos with Tatify. So they're like the flash tat type things where we have like metallic, and also like my favorite thing about it is I did white tattoos, which look really good when you're like summer, you're like tan, whatever. And it's a really cool thing to add to your outfits, like an accessory, instead of just like, oh, I'm going to the beach or I'm going to Coachella, I want to put like temporary tattoos on. It's more like, oh, this is like a choker I want to wear, this is my outfit, or this is like a handpiece. Like,
So it can be in place of jewelry, essentially.
yeah, it's more fashion driven instead of just like for fun.
And I've never seen a white temporary tattoo, I don't think. Is that a
Yeah,
new thing?
they're really interesting. Like they're so cool, and I haven't really seen it. That's why I wanted to try it out, and it actually turned out really good. I have a really awesome white henna like style handpiece, and it goes great with like so many different outfits. So I love it. Yeah.
And so those are on pre-sale now. What was were you involved in the design process, or how did the idea come about, really?
Yeah, they approached me, my manager and them. They like decided to do a collaboration, and they asked me like, what would I want my theme to be? And I decided to go with like a French Parisian type theme because, like, I love Paris. It's my favorite city, and like my name's Chantel. It's like, French, So I was like, let me do something like French inspired. Every time I go there, I get like so much love, and like I love the energy. So I started with that idea, and then I found like some different type of like pictures of like ideas of things I wanted to do, and then we worked together to design like the chokers and the hand pieces, and then there's like little French sayings and like cute little like poodle. They're like something that would remind you of Paris. Yeah.
Right. And then I want to talk a little bit about social media as well. You have 1.6 million Instagram followers, which is pretty insane. Do you have a strategy behind your posting, or you just kind of wing in?
It's crazy because when I started Instagram, I was late because I had a BlackBerry for a while, which I just didn't want to get an iPhone.
I was on that team too.
So I started late, and then once I did start, I just post pictures like, oh, I do different things to my hair, or I like my makeup or my outfits, or at the beach and like going different places, and I would literally just post random things like whatever. I had no strategy. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just doing it for fun. And then as my following started to grow and I started modeling, I would use that to like kind of show that I was like what I was doing, and kind of just like getting jobs and stuff through that. So now I kind of have more of like a strategy, because I want to show people like my personality and show them what I'm doing and when I'm working and stuff like that. So I kind of try to show like all sides of my personality on there.
It essentially serves as part of your portfolio.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
modeling, right?
A lot of jobs come through social media, especially in this day and age, for everybody. So it's a great way to find people to work with, even like in other types of like work besides just modeling or acting. It's great for like photographers and makeup artists. Like you can showcase your work and people can see like right there on their phone. So it's great instead of like going on the internet, like finding a website, finding your. It's essentially it is a portfolio.
And you also create your own memes, is that right?
Yes, I do. I know a lot of people, they see memes like and they post it once in a while. Like I'll see a really funny one that I laugh. I want to share that with my followers, so like I'll post it. But a lot of times I get inspired by memes, and it will make me think of something else that I think is funny. So I'll make my own meme and then I'll post it, and
then it'll get spread around the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
And how important is it for you to connect with your fans on Instagram, on different various social media platforms?
I love to connect with my fans. I like Facebook now because it gives a great opportunity to connect with, your fans on a more personal level. Obviously, like I can't talk to everyone, but like I use my Snapchat also, and I will open it to the public at times and like have like contests, or like just talk to my fans about like, oh, what do you guys want to see on YouTube, or what do you guys want to, like different things like that, and for ideas. And I think it's really cool because like they'll send little video clips, and it's like you're talking to them, So I get a lot of my ideas through them too. So I think that's really cool.
That's awesome. And I think there's also a lot of attention these days paid to, oversharing or not sharing enough. And how do you sort of walk that line do you keep certain things private? Don't share certain things?
I do keep certain things to myself, but I feel like because I'm pretty open as a person, people like they just like when I'm not Snapchatting or doing something, people are like, "Oh, what is she doing?" But sometimes I'm literally just chilling. I don't feel like it, you know, because I'm like I like to have a lot of fun on Snapchat and stuff. So if I'm not feeling in like the best mood, I'm not gonna go on there and just like snap me doing nothing. You know what I mean? So I try to share enough, but not too much.
Right. And what is your favorite social media platform?
My favorite is Snapchat. Like, let's be honest, guys. Like,
It's the most fun.
yeah,
You can be silly.
I love it because I can kind of show so much that I'm doing. Like, I share like my music selection, my food, like what I'm eating, what I'm doing, and I like to talk to it and just like say random things often. I'm sure you're telling me that you watch my Snapchat, so I'm sure you know.
And you were saying like, backstage, you start everyone with, "Hey guys."
Yeah, I'm like, it's like it turned into like a joke because I was like impressioning somebody else, and then I just started doing like, "Hey guys," but I'm not like seriously saying it. I don't know. I think it's funny, but it's probably annoying at this point.
So what would you say your dream job would be? A dream project, dream gig?
Wow. I obviously like acting is my number one like thing that I enjoy, and as an art form, like I get so inspired when I see great movies. Like I'm like, oh, like I want to be a part of something so amazing. It's really hard work, and for me, I think one of my favorite things about it is traveling. Like I've always wanted to travel. Like I love to travel, so going to like film somewhere really interesting and cool. Like I want to go to Iceland. I think it'd be cool to. It's probably really cold. It's really cold now, and I'm miserable. So maybe that's not my dream. But going cool places like maybe like Hawaii to film, or like New Zealand or something like that would be amazing.
Because there's that extra cool factor of like seeing the world, but also
Exactly.
doing the dream.
Exactly.
Who would be a dream collaborator? Somebody.
Will Ferrell. He's my idol. Like I love him. He makes me want to do comedy. He makes me want to like make people laugh, and I love all his roles. Like I'm so excited to see Zoolander 2. I've literally been waiting for this moment for like 5 years, and I'm actually disappointed I haven't seen it at this point with myself.
It's been out for 4 days. Come
I
on.
know, with myself I'm disappointed, but I'm excited, and I hope that it lives up to my expectations.
What has been your biggest pinch me moment in the past 4 to 5 years?
It's I honestly think that for me, it's like when it's happening, like I don't really even know. Like later when I think back, I'm like, wow, that was really awesome. Like I can't believe that happened. But at the moment, it's like not even really happening, I guess. But I would probably say like doing my first film, just because like wow, like I'm really doing a movie, and it's like coming to theaters. Like, and I saw the movie, and I think watching it was probably like wow, it's like this is really happening, you know? So that.
Yeah, totally. And just seeing yourself on the big screen,
Yeah.
it's pretty surreal for you. And you said you really like comedy compared to drama. Why is that?
Because I like to just have fun and like make people laugh, and I feel like with comedy, especially like improv and stuff, if you're kind of like high energy and you get going off other people's energy, you guys like have like a chemistry and a connection. It just so many really cool things come out of it, like things that you could never really sit down and like write in a script. Like my last movie that I did was a comedy, and at certain points, like we would just start improvising and like not saying our lines, just seeing where the scene went, and it was just literally so funny that I can't wait to see it, you know, and see how people react to it. So
Did some of those moments do you know if any of those moments made it into the film?
I haven't seen the other movie yet, so I'm not sure, but we'll see.
And it's almost like Snapchat's your favorite social, and it's almost like a mini movie or like a mini reality show.
Exactly, because you're going on there, like I do it mostly to make people laugh. Like I don't really Snapchat like, oh, like hey guys, like sometimes I do, but I'm like, hey guys, like today I just waking up, I'm about to go to like AOL, and like usually like I'll do that sometimes, but usually I'm just having fun, and you kind of go through my day with me just with like the humor of it and stuff.
Right. And now that you have so much going on, how do you find time to like sort of take those moments to step back and have time for yourself and just sort of like, because I'm sure that must be important.
Yeah, it is for sure. it comes in like spurts. So it's like, oh, I'm so busy this week, and then like the next week I'll have like a more chill week. So I'll like work out and hang out with my friends and just like clean up, organize my house. Because when I get really busy, like my house turns into like a tornado, and then my cat like chews everything up because he thinks he's a dog, and then I'm just like, I have to like gather my life back together before it all starts again.
And you're based in LA, right?
Yes.
What do you like best about coming to New York?
I like that New York is really fast paced, and a lot of my friends live out here, so it's cool to see them. And kind of like, I love all the restaurants and like the scene. It's different from LA, so I like that contrast.
Right. And as your career continues to progress, where do you see yourself in 5, whatever years, and sort of what do you hope to have accomplished?
I definitely want to be working in like film. In like 5 years, I still want to be doing that, and I want to be like doing a lot of projects. I feel like at that point, I want to be my focus. So I'm like usually filming, and when you are working on movies, it's hard to do a lot of other stuff. So I feel like one day I want to have a family and stuff. Maybe not in 5 years, maybe a little bit later, but yeah, just doing that and still doing all this stuff. I love it. So.
And you want to continue modeling and doing all that and.
Yeah, modeling is cool and it's fun, but obviously, like, I want to be like more serious in acting, so it comes with the territory, and that's cool too. So we'll see what happens. Like, either way, I'm down.
Are there any dream fashion gigs for you, or like any brands that you would love to like be the face of, or anything like that?
I love, obviously, like Chanel is amazing. It's so classic. I really actually like Topshop, and that's something that I'm like, oh, I want to like do Topshop because I just love their clothes so much. I am wearing like Topshop right now, but that's one of my favorite brands also. But I mean, I really like makeup and stuff too, so I do my own makeup most of the time, and like hair, I just love like doing my own stuff and like doing other people's. So I would say like a makeup collab type, like me being a face of a brand would be really awesome.
Right, and speaking of which, you love makeup, you love doing all that. Mm-hmm. You're gonna relaunch your YouTube channel soon. What can we expect from that? What kind of content can we see on there?
I actually just shot a video, and the reason that I have been taking so long is like, I am not that tech savvy. It's like my weakness, I guess. I barely know how to like make a PowerPoint. I don't know, it's just not my thing. That's why I had a BlackBerry for so long. But I filmed like a really cool video where I'm doing like whatever, like makeup looks. And for me, it's like, I want it to be fun. It's like, YouTube videos. I never liked watching them because I felt like they were so long, and like my attention span is short. I'm like so much ADD that I like to make it fun. So like I'm doing my makeup, but I want it to be like, oh, like you can laugh or you can just like have a good time while you're doing it. So that's what I tried to do.
So you have some makeup tutorials. Mm-hmm. What other kinds of videos?
I'm gonna do some cooking channel shows. Shant's Vision Kitchen coming soon.
What are you a cook? Do you like cooking? Or is
I
that
love
sort of
cooking,
the new
and
thing?
I don't eat a lot of things, so I kind of like tailor my recipes and modify them so that like I don't eat dairy, I don't eat gluten, I don't eat red meat. I'm trying to not really eat meat at all and just fish. So I kind of take my favorite dishes that I would get out that maybe they have like cheese or they have this or they have that, and I make it so that it's like I can eat it, because it's hard to go out to eat often and get things because I'm like, oh, does this have like butter or milk or cheese, or does this have like flour and dairy and like gluten and stuff? So yeah.
I'm sure that's something that your fans are looking forward to.
Yeah, it's cool because I feel like it's like a healthy like alternative, and you can do it at home, and it kind of just like shows people that, just like makes it easier, because you're like, oh, like not eating dairy must be so hard, like how am I gonna make this or that? And it's kind of just like, oh, you can make it like this, it's not as hard as you think.
Right, so it's gonna be sort of like a lifestyle channel type thing.
Yeah, I hope it's funny, but we'll see.
I feel like it's gonna be fun, and I feel like it'll be a good component to your Snapchat, because sort of like Snapchat's a really like in your face, but YouTube will be more step back. Yeah.
And I do it. Whenever I do cook, because I'm like so busy, and then like I'm never like home and stuff. I eat out a lot, but when I do cook, I always like make like a Snapchat tutorial while I'm doing it to kind of like give fans like, oh, I'm just making this, and you can do it too. It's easy.
Right. Well, I think we want to turn it over to the audience to get some audience questions. First.
Hi, Thank you so much for being here. You mentioned some movies that you've seen that have really inspired you. I wanted to know what some of those have been.
One of my favorite movies that inspired me was Girl Interrupted with Angelina Jolie. It's not a comedy, but it's actually like completely opposite. But I just feel like to see somebody so out of like their character and like so playing something that's like, wow, like so believable to me, but like I know that's not how they are. It just like inspires me to be able to do that.
To
To
transform like that.
yourself like into someone else. And then like I would have to say like I love Step Brothers so much, and that's like one of my favorite comedic movies that it just like really made me like love comedy and see, because like a lot of that movie and most movies that Will Ferrell and feel like that do, they are improv. So people go in there and then like they have like a script, but then they take it so far off and like great things happen. So yeah, those are my
Great. We're going to take a question from an online viewer. So Justice would like to know, do you have any hidden talents or hobbies?
Good question.
Oh man, I was thinking to myself the other day, I'm like, what am I gonna do if someone asks me if I have any hidden talents? Like, what is my hidden talent? Because I'm not very hidden about things. But I had to answer that question for an interview, and I text my best friend. I'm like, hey, like, do I have any hidden talents? And she goes, you can spit really far. And I was like,
Oh my God.
I'm like, I probably shouldn't be doing that. My mom's like, that's not ladylike. Sorry, I've like hung out with my dad like when I was growing up mostly. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Any more questions out there?
Hi, Chantel.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. I just wanted to know, for your YouTube channel, was there any specific YouTubers that you really like to watch a lot, or anyone who you would want to collab with?
Yeah, I actually would like love to collab. I never was so into watching the YouTube videos, and then one day I'm like, you know what? Let me just see what this is all about. So I went on. I met this girl Sierra Furtado, and I went on her page and I started watching her videos. I'm like, oh, this is like fun, and I like it, and like I can do this too. So then I started watching like this girl Tila, and then like Life is Ava, and like I just started watching all of their one led to another, and then like I was so deep in it, I'm like, this is what happens.
You got deep into the YouTube hole.
Yeah.
One more question?
Hi. Hi. I was wondering, what are some tips for taking the perfect Instagram picture?
Tips for perfect IG flick.
New term right there.
I like the car selfie, and a tip, which I actually just found this out from Karuchi, like last time we were here for Fashion Week, is when you're in the back seat, you have all the windows up, it's like tinted, but you roll down your window and then you put your hand out the window and you get that perfect light, because it's like all the light just coming in like the right direction at your face. You have to like have the light in front of you, not above you, because then it like gives you shadows and stuff.
What about angle in terms of the phone? Where do you put it?
I think it depends on your face. For me, like I kind of like it eye level. I don't like an up angle. Yeah.
Selfie lessons. We all need them. All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have. And the perfect match is out on March 11th, correct? Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
guys.
me.